Hello, my name is Laura Stefan, and I'm the chairperson of the Selection Commission for the future head of the Bureau for Economic Security. We are here in the first commission session that happens after the meeting we had on the 8th of June, which was also broadcasted. As you know, in the end of the discussions, we announced that the interviews are being canceled and that we will meet again to reschedule them, as the order for the interviews has been approved in an official meeting of the Commission. It is important that we stick to the order and that we follow it so that we don't generate vulnerabilities to the process. This meeting has been duly announced in accordance to the legislation in effect in Ukraine with 24 hours in advance. We are here as we anticipated to discuss and decide on the organization of the interviews. First of all, I would like to make sure that we have a quorum. Therefore, I will ask my colleagues to announce their presence in order. We will start with Jim.
Present.
Yuri.
Присутній.
Present.
Thank you. Tatiana.
Присутня. Present.
Oleg.
Присутній.
Present.
Donatas.
Present.
And I am present. Therefore, the Commission has all its members present in the discussions today, in the session. Therefore, we have a quorum. I would like to add some details before we go to the announced item of the agenda, which is the approval of the interview list and order and dates. Just to explain to the public that indeed in between we received a letter from the head of the SBU reaffirming that there is a need for further verifications with regard to some of the candidates. We don't have a clear deadline yet from the SBU, nor do we have the name of the candidates with regard to whom additional verifications are being needed. But we understand the importance of these verifications, and we're here all to work in the interest of Ukraine. Therefore, we are mindful of this request, and we will try to achieve consensus with regard to future days to hold the interviews. The interviews are gonna take place online this time. And as I said, we will follow the order that was already announced. And we apologize if there was any misunderstanding about this. We have to keep to the order that was announced. The order was decided in a public meeting by the members of the Commission following a random allocation of candidates per days. That being said, I would like to propose to you, dear colleagues, to approve the agenda. The agenda contains one item, which is to approve the rescheduling of the interviews for the competition for the future head of BES. I would like you to vote for this item of the agenda. Do you agree with the agenda, or would you like to add additional points? First, if you want to add points on the agenda. I don't see any raised hand. Therefore, let's proceed to approving the agenda, and we'll go in order. Jim?
Approve the agenda.
Yuri?
Я підтримую порядок
I
денний.
support
Я
the
за.
agenda. I vote in favor.
Tatiana?
Я за.
I'm in favor of this.
Oleg?
Я голосую за.
I vote for the agenda.
Donatas?
I vote in favor for agenda.
Thank you, and I vote in favor of the agenda. Therefore, the agenda with one item on it is approved. And now let's proceed to discussing the item on the agenda. I propose to you to reschedule the interviews for June, giving a little bit of time for the authorities to further perform their work. And I think 10 days would be a reasonable additional deadline. So would you agree to have these interviews on the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd of June? Would that be acceptable to you? Would anyone have concerns about these days, or are they acceptable? Yes, Donatas?
Yes, very acceptable for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Yuri?
Так, для мене ці дати
Yes,
також.
these dates are also acceptable for me.
Thank you very much. Any other views? If not, Oleg, may I turn to you and please ask you to read the hours and the names of the candidates as approved in the previous meetings, mentioning the new days of the interviews. So first day would be 21st of June, second day would be 22nd of June, and third day would be 23rd of June.
Пані Лавро.
Madam Laura, of course. So
Зачитую попередньо.
I'm reading out the draft schedule of rescheduled interviews for June 21st, 23. So 9 a.m. Tatarinov Roman Volodymyrovich, 10:30. Shapaitin Igor Olegovich, 12. Mashtабей Сергій Валентинович, 2:30 p.m. Яроманок Роман Олександрович, 4 p.m. Дубовик Віктор Вікторович, 5:30 p.m. Пахомов Руслан Володимирович. June 22, 9 a.m. Скомаров Олександр Вікторович, 10:30 a.m. Ворволь Максим Васильович, 12 p.m. Даманцов Руслан Васильович, 2:30 p.m. Омаров Аміл Азат Огли, 4 p.m. Буртовий Михайло Олексійович, 5:30 p.m. Ковчі Атіла Ласлович. And June 23, 9 a.m. Цивінський Олександр Ігорович, 10:30 a.m. Ситников Олександр Анатолійович, 12 p.m. Борисенко Олег Володимирович, and 2:30 p.m. Радчинський Руслан Михайлович. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear Oleg. Ideally, we will try to reach a decision as we were planning to do last time around, after we have the last interviews, to have a discussion about the candidates and so on. But for the time being, let's approve the order for the interviews as announced by Oleg. If you don't have any comments with regard to that. So first, let's see if there are comments or suggestions or objections to this rescheduling. I think we don't have anything. So let's proceed. Yes, Yuri.
Дякую, пані Лауро.
Thank you, Madam Laura. I fully support the idea. I have no objections. I would just like to emphasize again that this is the same order of interviews, just rescheduled from the previous dates to the new dates.
Дякую.
That's the only thing. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much for this, Yuri. Okay, so let's proceed to vote. I propose to you to approve the order for the interviews and the rescheduling for the days of 21st, 22nd, and 23rd of June in an online format. We'll go in order. Jim?
Approve.
Thank you. Yuri?
Я голосую за.
I vote for this.
Oleg?
Я голосую за.
I vote for this.
Tetiana?
I support the idea. Thanks.
Donatas?
I vote in favor of approval.
And I vote in favor of approval. Therefore, the interviews have been rescheduled for the dates 21st, 22nd, and 23rd of June in the order announced by Oleg, which is anyhow the order that was approved through random allocation of candidates per days in a previous session of the Commission. With this, and if there are no further interventions, I would like to thank our viewers very much for their interest and for following the works of the Commission. Yes, Oleg.
Пані Лауро, я хотів
Madam
додати
Laura, I would like to add a few words that preliminarily, as we've discussed, we plan to hold these interviews online. I would like just to re-emphasize that again for all the candidates, all the participants. That's preliminary decision. If there are any other amendments or changes, we will inform everyone about that. Thank you.
Laura, you're muted.
Yuri?
Дякую, пані
Thank you,
Лауро.
Madam Laura.
Я хотів би
I would like to, once we've exhausted, as far as I understand, the agenda for our today's meeting, I would like to make a small statement with respect to why the Commission has rescheduled the interviews. Because in social media, in the mass media, there appear different posts, different publications, different judgments, assessments with respect to the Commission in general and with respect to separate members of the Commission in particular. And when these publications are voiced by journalists or the civil society activists, of course, we cannot but take that into account, but we can make peace with that. However, these judgments are also published by political figures, separate members of the Parliament of Ukraine in particular. And in this respect, the degree of responsibility is much higher. And here we have to respond. We cannot be silent. We cannot pretend that nothing is happening. So I would like to officially inform that all manipulations and speculations regarding the fact that Ukrainian members of the Commission are trying to disrupt the competition or to block the competition or perform some political tasks given by somewhere are absolutely baseless. We, Ukrainian members of the Commission, have addressed our colleagues, dear honorable colleagues, foreign members of the Commission and the Commission in general, with a motion not to cancel, not to suspend or stop the competition as some posts mention, but we've addressed the Commission with requests to collect more accurate and more complete information for us, because we are choosing the director of the Bureau of Economic Security for our country, and my country, our country, is in the condition of the war. And during the war, to allow the appointment of the person who has ties with the enemy, no, I cannot do that for sure. That's why we've asked as possible, as reasonable, to postpone. Again, I would like to emphasize, please, politicians, note that down, those journalists and the civil society activists who are listening to us. We did not ask to stop. We asked to postpone interviews until we get more complete, more accurate, verified information about the candidates from the Security Service of Ukraine. That's our consideration back then. Thank you. That's it from my side.
Thank you, Yuri. Any other comments or positions to be expressed? I just want to re-emphasize that we're here to do a good job. I personally have no vested interest. I don't have preferences. I'm looking forward for the interviews. And I know we come with an open mind and with an open heart to do the best choice possible for Ukraine. Yes, there are some concerns that relate either to properties or to interactions of these candidates that we are willing and looking forward to discuss during the interviews. It is not, and it would not be the first time when we have very frank and open conversations with the candidates and among ourselves. And I think we are all driven here by the same interest of making a good choice for Ukraine and doing our utmost for this competition to conclude successfully with the best candidate or candidates to be suggested for appointment. This being said, I would like to thank you very much for your presence today. I'm very happy to see that we have a unanimous vote. We have 6 votes in favor of rescheduling the interviews. And I do hope that by that time we will receive all the needed information. And I want to thank you very much for your commitment. Taking part in these commissions is never an easy job. With this, I conclude the session today. Thank you very much, dear viewers, and we look forward to having you with us again on the 21st of June for the first day of the interviews.